Hello friends, Tanya here with another of the 13 days of Craft-O-Ween. This is day 6 and I am having so much fun with this series. Here we have our next die. This is a really cute little skeleton trick-or-treater. He has a cute broom, a hat like a witch's hat, and a little cauldron. For the broom, we have the bristles and the band that holds those bristles together, or the straw. I'm just trying to figure it out which way it is going to sit on our broom bristles. And then we have the handle for the broomstick for the broom. And I die cut these from a couple of different colors of craft cardstock and a little bit of silver from the silver assortment of treasured cardstock for the band. For the skull, I die cut him from a little bit of the pearl metallic cardstock from the antique assortment of treasured cardstock, and the black backing for his face is from the pearl metallic from the onyx treasured cardstock collection. Now I did die cut the body of the little skeleton from some plain black cardstock. You could use Raven from the Color Wheel cardstock if you'd like. That is a beautiful heavyweight 100-pound dark black cardstock. Here you can see the indentations on the white backer for the skeleton, and that shows where to put the little black dots on the hip bone areas. That adds a nice little extra detail on our little skeleton. Next, we're going to add the head to the body of our cute little skeleton, and there are arms that you can position however you would like. And I love when you can actually position the arms in different orientations so you can have a little more flexibility with your die cut image. It's not necessary for all die cut little people and critters, but it is a nice addition sometimes. I like that the skeleton is just the fallout pieces. It's that we have the backer that adds the white for the bones, and it makes it very easy to assemble this. Less fiddly. I am adding the the right arm of our little fella down so that he can hold his cauldron, which you could do in either hand. Same with the broom. I kind of followed the image on the folder that came with our cute little skeleton for today. We'll adhere his head to his body. I did assemble the witch's hat with the silver band. I think I assembled it. And I had die cut that from some brushed black cardstock from the onyx treasured cardstock. We've got some drippy stuff coming out of our cauldron, which I die cut in red cardstock. We're going to glue that to our little skeleton's hand. You wouldn't have to put the hat on. You could put a top hat on this little fella. There are lots of ways to decorate him, and you can use other elements from the 13 days of Craft-O-Ween. But I'm trying to stick to just the day that we are on. Maybe I'll incorporate some things from previous days as we get further along. There's our cute little assembled skeleton. Next, we're going to pull out the 3D embossing folder called Party Balloons, and you're going to see that my background changed. I was recording this while I had my family visiting. They did an impromptu visit, and I don't want to fall behind on my crafting, and I also don't want to miss out on family time. So we are going to use the layered Party Balloons stencil that coordinates with this wonderful embossing folder, because I'm going to make a birthday card with this. And you get to color the different balloons different colors. I'm going to use seedless preserves. I don't actually use the seedless or the mustard seed. We're also going to use the spice marmalade, festive berries, and crushed olive. Now my 11-year-old grandson is at the picnic table with me out on my deck, And he's choosing which balloons are going to be which color. He wanted green for the round balloons, so that's what we did. We're doing the green, and it is a gorgeous day out that day, and I'm glad I have an umbrella on this picnic table because it really helps control the lighting. And I really like the lighting out here. What do you think? Should I do more picnic table recording? Do you like this color, this lighting? If not, let me know. If you love it, maybe I'll do some more. For the star-shaped balloons, my grandson thought that we should do some purple. So he chose the purple. Going to peel that off. It's very easy to line these up. They just kind of slip right over the embossing. And this is going to be a 5x7 card base, and I am using craft cardstock. I'm on a craft cardstock kick. And of course, Cameron thought that red needed to be for the hearts. So we've got the festive berries for the hearts. And oops, I forgot one of them. My son and his wife were sitting there, and we were all having a long conversation while I was creating this card. Who says you can't craft and have a conversation? Next, I'm using the Slippery When Wet Lunar Paste to add the highlights to our balloons. I'm just using my Spellbinders metal palette knife. This is a lovely palette knife. I do love this one, and I've been using it a lot lately. It is my favorite shape, excuse me, of palette knife, and I love that it's metal. I do really like the metal palette knives. They give the sharpest, they just do the best job, in my opinion. Plus, I can heat them up and use them with my wax seal techniques. There is our Slippery When Wet highlights, and that really turned out beautiful. I'm going to set that aside for about 10 minutes to dry, and I have our 5x7 craft colored card base. And I'm just going to take the same ink blending sponges and do the ink blending on the inside of the card also. I love to do that with stencils. I think it really helps bring the theme of the card to the inside. And I did not think ahead very well here because I can't use the registration marks, and I don't have the embossing to help me line these back up. So I took the second layer and lined that up with the first layer using the stencil to get my placement correct. Now that I've got a couple layers down, it's a lot easier to line up the third layer of the stencil. And I'm not going to use the highlight portion. So we'll just stop there with the ink blending. And I think that's a fun inside of the card. And we're still going to be able to write on that and stamp on it. We're going to have a bone rattling sentiment, and I'm going to take Halloween off. Now, I don't know how you feel about cutting your stamps apart, but I don't mind at all because I can line those back up and use it as intended. But this way, I get to stretch my stamps a little more. So I have a piece of heavyweight white cardstock scrap here. I'm going to add my stamp to my Misty here, and we're going to use VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink and stamp that probably twice. Just trying to get a nice even but not too hard pressure so I don't squish the letters. I want nice crisp fine letters here. We're going to use some clear embossing powder because I want my sentiment to be raised and shiny. So I'll just add that embossing powder to our piece. I went inside and heat embossed that. I do not have my heat tool on my deck. Now this deck is adjacent to the room that I have my craft room in. It's on the second level. We have a walkout basement for our home. And my craft room is in the upper level, and this deck is 12 feet up in the air, so it does not get the skeeters. I love that. It is my happy place. I've fussy cut the sentiment there, and we're also going to use a sentiment from the You Are Everything Sentiment Better Press set. It is one plate that does a whole bunch of sentiments, and it has a coordinating die that die cuts all of them. I was going to use this happy birthday, and I was going to cut out the happy portion of this birthday, just fussy cutting that, I had glimmer foiled that on some glossy black cardstock with some gold or polished brass. I lined this up on the card front, and I don't actually like how that birthday looks with this. So I pulled out the Popular Sentiments dies. This came out last year or the year before, and it's 2 layers. And then I die cut those with some black um, pearl metallic black cardstock from the Onyx Treasured Cardstock set and from some scraps of the Craft cardstock. I'm adding these pieces together here. So I've done the detail element of the sentiment in black and the shadow element in Craft. I'm looking for that tittle. I saved it in my little container here. You can see some little flashes of light. That's one of the many dogs that are up on the deck with us. Our son has 2 Great Pyrenees and a German Shepherd Lab cross. All 3 of them were on the deck, along with my little sweetie, who is about 30 pounds. So all 4 of these dogs and 3 human beings are out on the deck while I'm crafting. I can't believe how peaceful it was. I'm adding the balloon embossed and ink blended panel here with a little bit of extra cardstock behind it. And then I'm going to use the Arch Labels and Tag dies. These are nesting dies. And I'm going to cut the a panel for behind our little Scully guy. And I'm going to do 2 layers here. One layer is going to be with some gold vellum, and the other layer is going to be, the color is going to be picked by my daughter-in-law. She thought that it would be good to have some extra texture, and I agree. We're going to use the Plaster 3D embossing folder, and we're going to use a piece of white cardstock that I'm going to ink blend with the Seedless Preserves Distress Oxide ink, and that matches the balloons that we have on our cardstock. I thought it would be a great backdrop behind our cute little skeleton fella. And look at the texture from that Plaster 3D embossing folder. It is stunning. This is also still available. These are all Simon Hurley, and they all were I can't remember the name of I think it was Birthday Bash was the name of the collection. And maybe you have all of these elements in your stash already. If you do, woohoo, no shopping for you. We're just going to add some extra cardstock behind each of these layers and pop that up on the front of our card. I just want this to have some extra, of course, depth and dimension. And I'm going to center this roughly on the top portion of the card. The sentiment, part of the sentiment's going to be below that. The large layered birthday. Just going to center that nicely, add a little extra pressure there. And then we'll add our cute little skeleton with an action wobble. Mini. Now, I should have placed this in the center of his body or even on the bottom of his body, because it would have given it a little more balance. You can trim these action wobbles if they're too big to fit behind something, but honestly, it's still cute and it still wobbles. So even if it is just behind his head, it's still cute. Now we'll adhere our fussy cut, have a bone rattling birthday. Now I'm going to open my card up and add it to the Stamp Wheel 2.0 that has the removable side. And we're going to take a couple of sentiments from the Dancin' Halloween Sentiments. This is from 2023. So if you have it in your stash, awesome. If not, I'm sorry. It's not available anymore. But dig through your stash. You might have something similar that is fun, and add that to the inside of your card. You can even take another sentiment from the stamp set that came in the 13 days of Craft-O-Ween. However, I wanted this to be a birthday card. So I chose Hope Your Birthday is Bona Fide Fun and Let's Celebrate Your Day. I thought that was just so fun and punny. Dig through your stash. You probably have some really fun sentiments already from your Halloween picks, just from all of the things in your stash that are Halloween themed. I did stamp that twice with the VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink, and that is the entire card for our 6th day of the 13 days of Craft-O-Ween. I hope you enjoyed this video. I, of course, had a great time creating it. If you did, please give this a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done that. Leave me a comment. I'd love to hear what you have to say. And check that description box for a link to all of the products that I used today. Until tomorrow, here are a couple more videos I thought you might enjoy. Bye-bye.